All men care about is how good she looks. And they don't, and so long as she look good, it don't matter if she sacrificed chickens at 12 a.m. at night every Tuesday. So long as she got the body, shoot, man. You know, I'll dodge a knife, man, because she thick. She could be a Satanist. Y'all don't care.
You were down into the line of Mr. James Gregory. Fight your feet.
Ain't nothing but a JG thing, baby.
You guys spend way too much time on Instagram, and you know it. You know it. I don't even have to sit here and try and give you some logical argument. You guys know you spend too much time on Instagram. But just because it's not looked down upon like video games, just because it's not looked down upon like, you know, being a routine drinker or a pothead, just because it's not looked down upon, it's okay. Because society, you know, they deem it to be, it passes as being okay, a valid pastime. But you know it's a waste of your time. But I'm not here to talk to you about how Instagram's a waste of time, because it would be different if it was just a waste of time, right? But the reason why I take it personally is because Instagram is literally manipulating you, and you may or might, you probably don't even know you're being manipulated. Look, for everybody watching this video, especially you men, holding y'all accountable, because we are supposed to be the overseers of this planet. We are supposed to be the guardians, the leaders, right? These feminists got it twisted. All right, 2 Timothy verse 3, come out of the King James Version, because we don't mess with any other versions, because they're just per versions if we're not using anything else but the KJV. But I digress. So look, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. Sounds familiar. Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Look, of course people don't have any natural affection. And what is Instagram doing? It's promoting what? Unnatural affection. How do you show affection nowadays? Through your likes, through your engagement, how much comments you send. Basically, it's virtual. All this affection is virtual. And this is what people worship on Instagram. This is what Instagram promotes. Traitors, heady and high-minded people. Come on. Who ain't heady and high-minded? Who ain't advertising what they ain't got? Or who ain't trying to put dubs on everything? Who doesn't have a filter? Who isn't manipulating lighting? Who isn't doing this on Instagram? All what? Just to promote the ego. Sex, money, ego. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. That is literally how Instagram, people on Instagram make money, and they get more engagement if they promote their pleasures. And if it's congruent with the most amount of people, they get the most engagement. More lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. All right, there's the commandment right there. So somebody by the name of Paul in the New Testament was writing 2,000 years ago something that is exactly relevant to what we're talking about right now. There are people on Instagram who make money off of doing everything that the verses condemn, or that the verses warn you about. They're doing everything, and if you are the most boastful, if you are the most heady and high-minded, if you are the most pleasure-seeking a person on Instagram, you will get endorsements. You will get people to ask you, hey, would you like to showcase our product? You can monetize bad behavior that the Bible's talking about. Look, you should turn away from this stuff. Now, me as a Christian, that's what I take as my duty, right? But I think it's still relevant to anybody who isn't, because we can obviously see the terrible behavior that people act on Instagram. But why would someone ask you, turn away from these people? Because birds of a feather flock together, right? You are the company you keep. The people around you are a reflection of who you are. So I'm not going to be doing that stuff. So it has a secular application, and I can rationally argue that. So what is Instagram about? How does Instagram make its money? And I'm gonna leave the links in the in the description below. But this is just to explain how Instagram is here in this day and age. What it does, the reason why it's free is because they make money off of advertisements. The reason why you don't have to pay for the service is because they make money off of the people that will pay Instagram to advertise to you. But how does Instagram advertise? They Instagram just like Facebook. Why? Because Facebook bought them. Zuckerberg's running the company just like he runs Facebook. He runs it to market. He runs it to collect data off of you, and he sells the data either directly or not. He still has the way that they use your data is so that the advertisers can figure out who really likes yoga pants, right? Who really likes video games? Who really likes Nikes? Who really likes this? So they use that to as a Instagram as a platform. It's like an auction block for advertisers. And how do they do this? What is their method that they use? The method that they use is, this is Instagram's business model. And I'm going to have all links in the description, and I'm going to have YouTube videos of people mapping it out. Instagram's marketing system is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible. Why? Because the longer you're on, the more likely they are to have an advertiser interact with you. The more an advertiser interacts with you, the more likely an advertiser is to pay Instagram. They have a financial incentive that's embedded in their business model to make sure that you stay on Instagram as long as possible. Whether you got kids you're supposed to be taking care of, whether you got homework you're supposed to do, whether you're supposed to be at church, whether you're supposed to be doing something productive, where you're supposed to have your cupcake eating self in the gym, you on Instagram. So you like being on Instagram. Now that you know that they obviously do not have your best intentions in mind. They could care less if you got anything done for the day. All they care about is, when is this nigga gonna come back on? How can we get him on the platform? How can we make sure that he stays here? How can we manipulate him so he stays on? What images can we show him so that he gets addicted to the time he spends on here? How much time can we get this guy to spend? Our whole business model operates on how much time can we keep this guy on here. So what are you going to be doing on here? Obviously nothing important. It's damaging you. So you like being at a place where there is an exponential amount of people who vie for your attention. Hey, look at the way my videos look at the way I perk my lips up, look at how kept I look at how pretty I am, look how attractive I look from behind, from the front. Look at me. Other men doing it. Hey, look at me. Look at my shirt. Look at how I have no shirt. Hey, look at my muscles. Hey, look at the lighting. It's so perfect. Wow, look at the colors, how they pop. Everybody is vying for your attention, but it's all vain. It has no meaning. It is all stupid. It's pointless. It will get you nowhere. Nowhere. Everybody is advertising something on Instagram. Everyone is an advertiser. It doesn't, just because you don't have a business model and revenue to spend each month for it, that doesn't mean you ain't trying to advertise something. Everybody on there is advertising parts of their self but damn well hiding everything else that they don't want nobody to see. Pushing some type of persona that actually doesn't exist except in the head of the Instagram user and whoever he wants to push that perception on. Instagram is just a more potent and a more efficient influence on our culture, on our generation, on the future of, our kids, of us, the young ones. But it's even more than that. It's even more impactful, not just to the future generations, but to the generations now, right now. What is the culture? It's a culture of ego. It's a culture of sex. It's a culture of money. But how is that manipulating you, the man? Just on one area that we could talk about now. Instagram is dictating what a woman should be like in order for you to be attracted to her. It is dictating what a woman should look like in order for her to be acceptable in your eyes. And it's all physical. And it don't have smack to do with whether she's a good human being, whether she has good values, whether she's not a potty mouth, whether she's respectful. No, all it cares about is how much attention can she draw to herself to get more views, to have people on there longer, to have more people engaged. Oh, how convenient. What so happens to be the most engaging part of the woman online? Her dang breasts, her boobs, the fact that she's pretty, her looks, how tight her pants are, how see-through her shirt can be. That is what's the most enticing. So what does Instagram promote and glorify? Subliminally? Blatantly, the body. Blatantly, the looks. Blatantly, the sexuality. You gotta be kidding me. You don't see that? You don't see how you're being freaking... It's no different than a Coke bottle with a woman on it. Only now everybody wants to be the woman. And there ain't no Coke bottle no more. They're selling themselves. They're selling who they want you to think they are. They're selling whether or not they're selling how happy they are at a vacation, even if they ain't. How good the food is. How superfluous them pictures look. How sweaty that chicken was when she took a picture of that chicken, or whoever taking a picture of the chicken. Taking pictures of stupid stuff. They want you to know everything about them just so they give validation. It is a constant feedback loop of validation. And you guys are on here supporting this stuff. Like, booby. Stupid. Look, I might be hard on women, right? But look, it's men who are really the problem. Because men are not putting their foot down. Men are not saying enough is enough. Men are not drawing a line. Men are not having any boundaries. All men care about is how attractive a woman is. And that's the cold truth. All men care about is how good she looks. And so long as she look good, it don't matter if she sacrificed chickens at 12 a.m. at night every Tuesday. So long as she got the body, shoot, man. You know, I'll dodge a knife, man, because she thick. She could be a Satanist. Y'all don't care. You guys are retarded. You're dumb. All you guys do is think with your wiener. Playing reverse whack-a-mole with anything that you find attractive. Come on, man. Get off Instagram. You don't need it. I can understand if you have a business and you're trying to promote it. I can understand that part. But to the rest of y'all, majority of y'all niggas ain't got no business on Instagram. And ain't got no business being on Instagram.